Okay, greetings. This is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. And I am working on a project that had a lot to do with a question that I got last night on the question and answer, the Baker's Green Acres Anyone Can Farm question and answer session, Wednesday night, live stream on the Baker's Green Acres YouTube channel. So the question was, well, what do you do with all these carrots that you get out of your garden? Because a lot of people are first-time gardeners, and they grew carrots, and all of a sudden they're getting way more carrots than they knew they would get. I'd say we got about 1,000 of them in one row, about 36 inches wide. So what I did was I came out this morning. As you can see, there's a lot of this white stuff on the ground, and it was in very low double digits the last few nights, which we really weren't expecting. And so yesterday it put me into a scramble because I had water to get tended to and the filter on the pool to come off and things like that that froze up solid. So anyway, I came out this morning kind of a frantic to see if anything had happened to our carrots. Even though they were covered with snow, it was still pretty cold. So we pulled some of them out and checked them, and there were no problems with them. They're actually just beautiful carrots. I mean, they're not quite the shape that everybody thinks of, but now we can bring some of them in the house and put them in the rotter there in the fridge. But that's just a few. So how do you keep them all winter long? How do you do that? You can just leave them in the garden and then put a heavy layer of straw over them and then put dirt over that. What you want to do is you want to keep the temperature as high as you can. If it's in the ground, there's thermal coming out of the ground, and it'll stay above freezing if you do it right. But the problem with that is you lose a lot of them, and you wind up forgetting where you dug last time, and then you go in, you get, you want 4 carrots for dinner, and it turns up being a project. So this is what we do. This is a great year for carrots for us, and we got lots and lots of them. So here's what we're doing. This is half of, or maybe about a third of the row. And so we went through and we could get them out really easy with a fork, because the ground is still pretty soft. And then we dug this trench, and now Rachel's putting them in there, gonna arrange them in there. I might have to extend the trench because we only want to put them a couple deep, a couple 3 deep. You want to not have a whole lot of air down in there, all right? And then the reason that we're going to cover them up with dirt is because we want to keep any critters out of there. So we're going to dig this trench, we're going to put these guys in, and then we're going to cover them with dirt. And then we will put a stake at the end that we're going to start taking them from. And all we have to do is come out with a spade shovel and get in there and start pulling them out. And just pull out maybe 10 or so at a time. And after we cover them, we're going to cover that with straw. And then we'll cover the straw with a little bit more dirt. As we kind of want to seal it up so it's a place for most people to go. The reason that we picked out here to do it is because it's all dirt around, and mice don't really come out here. There's really no reason for them to come out here. But if they do and they find this, they'll be back. So we would see it hopefully from the end that we start digging from, and then we'd have to do something about that at that time. I don't think that we've ever seen that happen, so I'm not anticipating that happen, but it could. And then if it did, we'd have to deal with that at the time. Now, The dirt here, I guess if we put a measuring thermometer on it, is probably about 40 degrees, 40 or 50 degrees. So that's a real good temperature to keep these carrots. It'll keep them really nice and crisp and everything. You can see we took the tops off of them. So this is a good way to do it. And then the other third of the row, we're going to leave that buried. We're going to cover it with some straw and then put some compost over it, and then mark that at one end and see which way is truly easier to do. We're going to see. But I think this way is easier. I think we should probably dig them all up. But anyway, we'll try that and see how that works. Okay, I'll show you the rest of the row. It's right there past those forks, right to the end. That's the rest of the row. So you can see it is covered with snow, and we're supposed to get another 4 or 5 inches here coming up. So it looks like snow is here to stay. I looked ahead and I don't see any warm weather, and warm weather I mean 40s. I don't see it. So we're going to be cold single digits at night, and then the high is going to be 30 during the day for at least the next 2 weeks, and some more snow coming in the next couple of days. So winter's here. We got to deal with it. All right. Oh, Rachel just handed me a really good size one. These carrots came out so good this year. They're almost see-through once you run them underwater, and they are so sweet. I mean, I think I could just live on these, and who knows, maybe someday we will have to. Anyway, it's Mark, Baker's Green Acres. Anyone can farm.